So, it would appear the drama's back on with H20 Delirious, Ohmwrecker, everyone else involved. You can tell by my voice that I've just woken up. I'm really tired, and this is going to be a fun one. I'm pretty much going to spend the entire video on Twitter because this is just a bunch of stuff that Delirious has posted, screenshots from Discord. I'm just going to read them out to you and explain some stuff that's been going on. So I will be right back. So, in reality, it all started with this tweet from Delirious. He said, I think I'm going to post some Discord crap I've had to deal with for years, obviously regarding Ohmwrecker. And then he proceeds to tweet this. I've got it all set up in a list, as you can see at the top. It's a really long list of stuff. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. He says, some might be out of order, but you get the picture of how crazy this guy is. And he says, Ohm, I have asked you many times over the years to never talk about that because it's over with. Either delete it or I'm leaving this call. I trusted you, Ohm. Come on now. Oh, come on. You are asking me to delete a piece of evidence that shows that Marcel is toxic and a bully, which I need more now than ever. As they lie and drag my name, do you see me lying in my tweets? It does. I am bullied by the same person as you were once. Their high school drama. I was fucking bullied to the point that people couldn't even invite me to shit that wanted to. Tell me how I demonstrate his character in any other way, when he is so sly. It'd be easy if anyone in the group just opened their damn mouth and said, hold up, this isn't okay, I saw the shit. You're asking me to delete a shred of evidence, about who he is, so I'm asking you, please, have my back, please. You see what they're doing to me. Imagine if it was you. I'm in a full-blown panic. I told these assholes I have a fucking disability, and they still do this shit to me. Delirious, I'm trying to hear you out. I also have to go to bed. If you're still there, talk to me. And then Delirious says, it's my life, not yours. As far as I know, that's the entire thing. But yeah, pretty pretty insane. For some reason, open that. But yeah, that is all that is. Before I read this, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I can see. Anyway, on the next tweet that Delirious posts of the Discord chat, he says, that was my opinion on what he would do. Again, the video thing happened to me. I respectfully don't want to live that bullshit again. I want to be let out of your feud with the group. It happened so long ago, and he and I have talked multiple times how it affected me and has apologized on it. Ohmwrecker says, Delirious, do you not understand how delicate the situation is? Look at Wildcat's tweets and lies, speaking of which I am planning on asking my attorney about action items there after I wake up, especially for the blackmail aspect he said twice. Can you please help me then, Delirious? I need anyone to say something. You said I'm one of your closest friends. I will be giving up a piece of evidence that is true, even though it doesn't identify you. That's like saying XYZ sexually assaulted someone in 2014 and then the victim saying, why did you tell my story when they weren't even identified? Imagine if I were a girl that didn't want to tell my story. You would get so much hate for doing something I asked. Okay, pretty interesting. Moving on. Delirious posted another screenshot. He's got a lot of these, by the way. But he posted, I'm not trying to use you. I'm trying to show that Marcel has history of doing this shit. So what the fuck can I do? I have no defense, not a single person in the group. Delirious says, simply, I don't care. You are watching these guys kick me while I'm down instead of apologizing. He apologized and I'm okay with it. It was so long ago. Leave me out of it. No, I am saying to me, they're not trying to write any of this shit. This is so damn hard, dude. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not trying to hurt you. I've perfectly done all I can to leave you out of it. I'm sorry, man. If you had really done all you can, you wouldn't have even messaged him. Like, please understand this shit. They told me. I know it involves you, but what the fuck am I supposed to do? The narrative is that I'm the problem. That they're not bullies. That I'm a 40-year-old baby. Yeah, Ohmwrecker, that's not wrong. Revealing my age. Would they ever do that to you? Talking about how much I make, and you want me to remove a shred of evidence I have showing his character. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Do you have any old screenshots of them talking shit in the chat or the C-tier stuff or anything showing they're lying? Like, is there anything else I can show that backs up my point in a similar way? I'm going to try to sleep on it because as people wake up, they're going to see that the shit Marcel, Wildcat, Fissy, Nilski, etc. were tweeting, and like every point matters. They have attacked my character hard. Please try to understand my position, and I'm sorry, man. I swear I'm not trying to hurt you or bring you into this. And he said, I trusted you when I asked for you to leave me out of it, and you said okay. It didn't happen to you, it happened to me. It's my story to tell, not yours. You will be shamed for telling it when I asked so many times for you to leave it alone. The only person on this planet that seems to be bringing up my past. I severely hate that you keep doing this. You make me feel like complete shit. So basically, the gist of the situation is that this was a situation regarding Delirious, and for some reason, Ohmwrecker was really trying to get involved, obviously to try and get some notoriety from it, which is really, really sleazy and really conniving and really wrong in many ways. But anyway, I'm going to keep reading on before I give my full opinion. He says, anyways, you're going to attack Eminem next. I'm not in Eminem's group. and I don't know his lyrics, except for maybe a handful of mainstream songs. I don't have fans asking me why I split out of Eminem's group multiple times a week. To this day, Eminem spoke on his beef with countless people. ICP spoke on their beef with Eminem. Almost every one of his songs have it in it front back then. Hold on, let me read that again. Almost every one of his songs have it in it from back then. Okay, Philip spoke on their beef with Eminem. Wildcat has talked Keemstar publicly throughout the years. So, Ninja calls people out often, people not even in his group, and he's that soft. Wildcat acts like people are unstable or too sensitive, that internet bullying is as easy as turning off a computer. But he has probably the biggest block list in the group, and is easily triggered by anything, even just attempts at a discussion on Twitter. See, the thing is, it's just easier to block someone on Twitter than it is to keep on arguing with them because it's completely pointless. But anyway, I'm struggling to miss his point. I don't think you guys understand the depth of the research I've been doing for days. Trust me, I know this stuff. I know what's being hidden, what's deleted or private. I know the tweets. I literally had to work 100 plus on a 100 plus page research papers to get my degree. This is not new to me. My attention and research is elsewhere. But I don't want you guys being friendly with me out of fear of being involved. If you're friendly with me, it's because you consider me a friend. Time will tell how far this research goes, but it's so much work, it's almost hard to stop the train from chugging along. I have a document, I have Vegas project coming together, tons of videos, I'll link screenshots, but we will see. This isn't vindictiveness, this is standing up to bullies and doing what's right so they can't keep hurting people. It won't just be Mini Lad, it won't just be me. My therapist said herself they will find someone else. No, it's petty, these people didn't like you. You can't force people to like you. That's exactly right. Okay? Let's put it simply. When someone doesn't like you and you force yourself into somewhere, you're not going to be sort of accepted. You're going to be dismissed and you're going to be thrown out quite quickly. The problem is, Ohmwrecker feels some entitlement towards being involved in some things clearly, but the problem is he absolutely isn't entitled to this stuff, and he feels the need that he is. And H20 Delirious put it out. The people don't like you. You can't force them to like you. When someone likes you, it's because it's your character. People will like you for your character. Ohmwrecker's character in these situations seems like a sleazeball. And that's kind of it. Anyway, I'm moving on. I'm giving my opinions in the whole thing. Anyway, H20 Delirious says, I don't care about any of the drama stuff. I personally think you should just stop. Who cares about them? I seriously don't know why you put so much effort in trying to force your way into that group. I wasn't forcing my way in the group. I was in the group. I had issues with some people too, for obvious reasons, and I didn't prefer playing with them just the same. But it was a group, just like a band. I couldn't fix the toxic folks, so I tolerated them for the good of the fans, the good of the group, and the hopes that they could get better over time. You are discounting what happened. You are discounting what having one or two highly toxic people does to someone when they can talk shit repeatedly in a private setting to all of the others. I could not defend myself. They were cowards. That is bullying. They didn't all dislike me, but the one or two toxic ones wore me down until they collectively just sided up to get me out of sessions. Bullshit. Do you want me to put up a Twitter poll right now? Go read up anywhere on who's in the group. No, sorry. I will put up a Twitter poll right now. Yes, they always called you a filler. I played in hundreds of sessions between 2014 to 2019. Hundreds. I was not. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Smitty or something. SMII7Y, I don't know. I'm not arguing about this, I was in the group. Vanos even told me himself. The day when Marcel screamed at me that I'm not part of the group, Vanos talked to me privately about it. He would choose every one of the others over you. And said that's just Marcel and he was raging in the moment. I don't care, I was in the group. Lol, okay. Whatever, I was the fat kid or whatever else. Fuck anyone that's trying to pitch that narrative. Well, I tried to warn you about them inviting you way back when. Interesting. Moving on. I try not to edit these videos to get the raw thoughts. So yeah. Repeating that after my light just fell on me. Delirious says in the next one, just leave me out of it, please, all I ask. But I know what's right in this shit. Well, you don't. That's a fact. And I know what's wrong. You definitely don't. I would seriously laugh my ass off if Marcel, Wildcat, etc. tried to use that, because it would come back to them so fucking hard. That site literally is tied to the Christchurch shooter. Deaths of transgender and gay folks, racist ideals, radicalization, and terroristic threats towards the government. Hold on. What is he even saying in that one? Like, holy fuck, if they tried to ally up with doxers with that level of hate, it would be hilarious. Especially after there are videos of them with the same attitudes, they would get dragged. Not even counting the doxing aspect. Delirious, guess what? I didn't. Never in my life, and nor did my friends. And I has some different friends at some points in my life. Obviously, he's supposed to say had. Metalheads, friends in the punk scene, industrial music fans. I have plenty of What? He's lost it here. I have plenty of internet history. Guess what? If anything like that was there, the trolls would have found it, because they scrubbed my life harder than probably a private investigator ever could. and you're expecting the same out of them then, huh? You're not taking part in group combos. You had rejoined the Skype room, right? What happened to the friend that stood up for me and even left the group room over defending me? Wait, what? Okay, so because I chose to close the group rooms that I was running because I was being attacked, something you actually apologize for, and because I needed to keep myself out of that environment for so many reasons, you're going to say that we don't have a group with me. Okay, okay then, Delirious. Seems like you're trying to kind of front a fake friendship. Thanks for revealing your position. Because last I checked, we still played stuff sometimes. But all right, guess group rooms equal who you're friends with. Geez, I guess we don't have to invite you anymore if you think that way. So okay, Ohm in this situation, he's doing a thing that I like to call jumping to conclusions. Where now he's saying like, "Oh, you're not my friend," obviously not. You're faking it and all that just because of one thing that happened. I've had a lot of situations like that in my life. It's really dumb. Just typically you want to kind of ignore when people say that shit because they'll eventually calm themselves down. But clearly shit didn't go well, and yeah, you can see what happened. So in the next one, in the next screenshot, Delirious put, oh sorry, Ohmwrecker had said, "How am I being paranoid? Tyler literally said we all think it was the same kind of thing you said before about your girlfriend. I'm like tired of that shit." And Tyler said it more than once, if I recall, like confirming everyone. I was just curious. The communications I got were of support. I got a lot of private outreach about it. How have I involved you? They involved you by pressuring you to take down the video, thus leaving a lot of confusion and halt my tweets in the moment. I'm talking to you, okay? I'm not making a Delirious exposed video. Don't know what else you want right now. Instead of staying out of it and leaving it, you privated the video. Had that not been done, no one could claim you were a part of anything. No, Delirious, how long have I been doing this? Have I ever come at anyone publicly ever? Get real. Yes. Well, don't start now. I'm defending myself and highlighting just how terrible some people can be while projecting an illusion, showing the opposite. I literally have nothing to lose now. And with everything going on, I feel it's important. It's not. Yeah, that's pretty true. We have clearly biased and toxic people faking support of anti-bullying, mental health awareness, social justice, solving racism, solving hate, etc. Marcel has a charity, which someone told me about, claiming he did it for his immigration to the UK to show that he had been doing things of value. He got press, met the mayor, etc. This was a while back. He has that stupid ass anti-bullying campaign. Are you for real? Will make it hard for anyone to trust you, and another notch to be added to the wiki page, and you know what. Yeah, see, there's a line you draw in going after someone over charity. Because even if they're doing it for an ulterior motive, it's still charity. You're still giving away to the fucking people that need it. In the end, it's still a good thing, regardless of what any ulterior motive is. So it's a pointless thing to attack someone for. Anyway, that's just my thought on the matter. Moving on to the next one. He said, Ohmwrecker said, "I know you joked that you thought I had done this before, but this is the first time I've begun stitching things together with group issues. Not 100% sure what I'm doing here with this yet, but it has begun." So he's starting to. Yeah, okay. So you can see from the screenshot that he's actually got compiled clips of his, well, at the time, sort of crewmates, and them saying sort of questionable stuff, which is completely ridiculous and very, very telling as to what kind of person he is. Someone that records everything in the simplest term, a snake, a very, very, very dirty person in terms of what I think. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading on after that. The whole Wildcat BS accusing me of shit, saying everyone, in quotes, thinks I made that random Twitter account, turning on me and lying about even recent events. It's like, okay, maybe that account was onto something. After looking, my god, I had no idea how nasty things have been. The moments I saw and heard of this kind of stuff along the way, even as some of the group reached near their 30s in age, it was still part of who they were. You talked like the group was talking about it behind my back. As always, Muon followed with no conversations with me at all. 407 ignored my messages as well. Alright then, he edited that for some reason. It's funny that, for as much as Wildcat hates Keemstar, he has more in common with him than he lets himself be aware of. Also, Ninja, Lupo, Tim, Courage, etc. may just be virtue signaling, or they don't truly believe in the stuff they preach. If this goes live, they're going to have to prove it by their actions. By the way, when you said a message came from someone not in the group, how did that happen? How would someone not in the group have gotten a message out like that? Also, why would they not find relevance to current events, including Pride Month, going on right now? This addresses bigger problems with racial slurs, homophobic slurs, etc. See, the funny thing about this is He's talking about someone saying the word, you know, you can read it right there if you've got decent eyes. But judging from when this video was taking place, this looks like Black Ops 2 to me. It's either Black Ops 2 or COD Ghosts. I can't see it being anything in the future. So I find it kind of ridiculous that he's bringing up that in a time where he would have said it, Delirious would have said it, anyone would have said it, because back then it was just kind of a thing people say. Times change. It's that simple. You know, get over yourself. Anyway, moving on to the next thing that was said real quick. Ohmwrecker had said something about backed up, probably about this video. Black Ops 2, basically, I rage. I'm assuming that's something to do with basically I do work. So Ohmwrecker said, so far Wildcat and Moo have unfollowed, going to sleep on things, but if I bring this up again, it's going to be far bigger, structured, and amplified, which means he's gathered evidence. Also, since Wildcat continues to be a dick that cast out on me making the 4-0 tweets, I put together this list of counters. 1. I always double space at the end of a sentence, college educated, and that is ingrained in my brain. 2. I almost never use the ampersand unless I absolutely need the space due to the character limit. 3. Notice the oddball quotes around sand. I'm not going to say that. I have never used those style of quotes. 4. I use far more commas than periods. I had nothing to do with that account. See, in the end, this just seems like he's trying to cover his track, but I don't know. Then he congratulates Delirious on having a kid, and Delirious says, we'll be crazy, lol. But yeah, obviously, that's just like a moment that is quite nice between them, I guess. Moving on, we have delete that tweet from Ohmwrecker. H20 Delirious says, what? And Ohm says, the Homer tweet. You want to make me look dumb, unsupported, so don't say anything at all. The way that looks is different. Yes, I was going to post more, but when you hid the vid, I lost my reference point. I can't believe you privated it like that. You had immunity from the situation. I tried to search a little, but I had no idea if anyone had. The person that tweeted me today reminded me, so I looked around a little and remembered that video. You actually linked it to me quite a while back, and I totally forgot. Not a single person I played with back then said shit like Bina, you know, stop fucking Mexican, etc. And there was even more shit from 407. In those videos, you have a lot of videos with that kind of shit, by the way. I watched probably 10, and almost every one of them had shit that was bad. You missed out on Hardcore COD, I always heard that stuff. Marcel has been on my mind, as I had 2 people, not in the group, literally bring him up by name. God, I can't read. I know I do. Bitching that he was not doing anything about Black Lives Matter. Just please leave me out of it so far. You haven't. The U2 sale is in July. I don't know what the context behind the U2 sale tweet is, or comment is, but whatever. So moving on, Ohmwrecker says, Delirious, it's time. I shared that video you linked me long ago. I have downloaded it as well. I'm starting to share. Black Ops 2, basically, I raged the one that he backed up. And he put, oh yeah, I was trying to live my life, trying to be healthy too. Delirious, you privated the video, put it back up now. So they control you, so unlist it. He's trying to, like, force someone to do something, which is fucking crazy. But anyway, Delirious says, chill out, leave me out of it, if you can, please. I might ramp this up against the whole group, showing that he clearly has a bias against the group. Like everything, including some of the bombshell shit, like my immigration fraud through 3BD, faking legit work on games to help with immigration needs, Dead Realm. You will only make it so no one can ever talk or play with you. Not just that group. Too late for that. Marcel already has been a roadblock to me, branching out. He plays with everyone that does variety now. See, the problem is, what you don't understand is you got yourself in the situation, okay? You got yourself in the situation through a lot of false narratives and a lot of stuff that is just not relevant anymore and not a problem. And now you're going to tell people that someone else is the roadblock to you branching out when you're the problem. You literally just said that the Vanos crew pretty much, or you know, Marcel, had killed your career, in a way. But no, he hasn't. You shot yourself in the foot, and now you're blaming other people for shooting yourself in the foot. It's ridiculous, you're pathetic, you need to get real, otherwise nobody is ever going to want to speak to you again, especially after this situation where you have completely killed your credibility. So anyway, I'm going to keep reading, and go on from that. H20 Delirious says, you never liked Ninja or his group. Ohmwrecker says, I never said I didn't like Ninja, and I'm not even referencing him. Courage, JD, Tim, Lupo, I'm not even going to try read that name, etc. People that play variety games. He is in everything Wildcat does. He got me kicked out of COD with that group. No, Marcel was part of me getting bumped out of banner sessions. I mean, probably, but I would be that person too. I would want to get you bumped out if you behaved the way you did. But yeah. H20 Delirious says, stop bringing up 2014, 2016, 2017 stuff that has all been resolved on my personal end, stuff that has nothing to do with you. I have never in my life had someone to hold my past in their brain like you do. It's annoying to always see You bring it up like it's a bad thing. I made sure I resolved everything. Yeah, I mean it's true. In the end, he's bringing up stuff from the past that is already resolved because he's got this obsession and entitlement in his head that he needs to do something about it and that he deserved to be with the group. So, moving on, he says, I bring up truths, you bring up bullshit. You read in one of the most malicious doxing forums on the planet, a site that also has an active DOJ and several FBI investigations ongoing, I've been told. I'm sure I did that in, 2017? You literally told me last year, go find your next friend group when I close a Discord. That's bullshit from the docs group, the bullshit you guys read, and took it as some sort of evidence. What's that got to do with this? You can literally go find your next friend group to play with. It would have been a healthy thing to do, which is very true. See, instead of Ohmwrecker moving on from this situation, he chose to get involved more and more and tried to dig his claws into a situation that really didn't matter. And now, he's got himself into a situation again where no one's going to trust him due to the fact that he's not a credible source of anything. He's shown himself to be a liar, and he's shown himself to be desperate to grasp at straws and try to gather any evidence he can. And he's also shown to be, and in my opinion, somewhat a little mentally unstable. But that's just my opinion from what I'm seeing from here. But anyway, yeah, okay. Ohmwrecker said, I don't have some next friend group, and I don't want one. I have spent 6 years recording with my friends. It's seriously disgusting how you talk about this. Well, when I said that, I meant go find others to play with and leave me alone because you kept bitching at me. Oh, it's fine. Just let your friends you've invested 6 years of time in go and find some other people. No, you went a little further than that. You said that's what I always do anyway. Like you guys weren't actually friends. Is it though? No, it's not. You have been in plenty of groups. Did I make Gassy go full time on Twitch or Goldie or Diction? Did I make Diction put up that video saying he's done with YouTube and will be doing Twitch now? Chimney Swift, Minx going solo. I don't know and don't care. See, the thing is, he's saying, you put 6 years into me, you can't just do this to me. Well, of course you can. Because if you're a toxic person, it doesn't matter how long you've invested. 6, 10, 20, 30 years. If you're a toxic person, people are just discovering that now and realizing it. They have every single right to say, go away, I don't want to speak to you anymore. You're toxic, I don't want to be part of this. And after H20 Delirious had repeatedly told you, that he doesn't want to be involved in this situation, you persisted to keep trying to involve him, and then expected him to roll over and say, oh, I'm sorry, I said all this and all that, when it wasn't going to happen. You're acting pathetic, you're acting irrational, you are acting like a child. Anyway, moving on. Delirious says, might have shown this one, but is this not what blackmail means? Just wondering. Ohmwrecker says, you are a witness to all that shit. You left the damn group chat for what was it? Twice? Oh, I need to read that again. You were a witness to all that shit. You left the damn group chat for it. What was it? Twice? Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. Or just once. I am not trying to bring you into it. I haven't been using your name. H20 Delirious says, remove the tweet. My last message to you. Until you do, it's not right. If of you to use me like that. I am not your porn. Ohmwrecker says, why are you taking an event that they told me about so personally, when no one will know it's about you? And is it not right of you to not have my back as a witness? Because it's what happened to me. How would anyone ever know? I have the right to say something on it or keep it to myself. Not you. It didn't happen to you. I would remove it right now if you just supported me, even with one tweet, like, for real, dude, help a friend, if you actually consider me a friend. Nice blackmail. Yeah, that's very true. He said, oh, I'll take down this tweet if you confirm the tweet is, or I'll take down this thing if you confirm it's real. That's blackmail. Either way. He says, and can sympathize with all the hardship. Fuck off with that, obviously saying fuck off with the blackmail shit. And Hitchler said, am I wrong? Isn't that the definition? Which he is 100% right about. I'm not holding a threat over you. The tweet is live. Well, it's not a threat. It's like you're threatening or saying that you're going to take it down if he says something. Anyway, you are asking me to remove it. I do not think I should have to remove it. Yes, I am asking you. It protects your identity, so don't come to me asking me to remove something. If I can't ask you to help me too, you're asking me to do something, I am asking you to help me too. And he says, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's the end of the tweets. So that situation is fucking bonkers, first of all. But as well as that, Delirious had posted on Twitter just a few more things to read up on, and one more other thing from a different person that I want to read. Anyway, I'll read all the tweets here because they're all in the line, especially. He says, Ohmwrecker continues causing me, my family, and my business harm. This is what I've been dealing with for years. This is Ohm. He's conniving, petty, and completely obsessed. I just want him to leave me and my family alone. You haven't even seen the cartoons group side of craziness. I'm sure everyone has a book of his ranting in their DMs that he's played with. No matter what, he is not someone to connect with, in my opinion. By the way, I'm just going to point out that Ohm really seems to be the kind of person that sort of cries wolf when he doesn't get his own way, and that is the situation. I'm sorry, but if Ohm ever listens to this video, but it's absolutely true. You are being pathetic in these situations. Then he says the reason Bryce stopped playing with us because Ohm got jealous of him and said he only liked me for my views and that Bryce wasn't a friend. Then kicked Bryce out. Why don't you invite me over, Bryce? I don't like playing with Ohm in 2-player co-op games or battle royales. He then says the guy added Squirrel out of nowhere because he seen I was playing with him, never talked or met Squirrel yet. Never talked to or met Squirrel yet. He comes trying to invite himself into our session. Then I get asked, why aren't you inviting me? I don't want to. He then said Ohm holds the fact that he helped Toons get a caffeine deal over his head forever, and when things don't go Ohm's way, he mentions it to Toons. Let's talk about Satellizer? He did the exact same thing to him that he did to Bryce. Wildcat then said, about 16 hours ago, about the same time this was happening, Ohm misunderstands and assumes everything. It's actually incredible. Move 407, and other guys in the group, or 407, and other guys in the group didn't unfollow you because I accused of some James act. They unfollowed you because you literally went off the rails trying to cancel Marcel for gamer words. Moron. The context he gave was... Oh, I'll just read it from there. It's easier. Oh, here. The context he gave was during a vulnerable moment where Wildcat had convinced several of the group that a fake account calling them out was me. Okay, I had nothing to do with it, but it just cost me friendships because of Wildcat's CSI analysis about punctuation and language. It was bullshit. And then there's this, which is some guy called Taylor saying Ohm was always really jealous of Bryce. I'm just gonna look at the tweet here. If I can read it, I'm going to tell you what it says, okay? But I've got my glasses on. I'm hoping. You do not need a six-pack to be healthy. Just want you guys to know that. The pursuit of a six-pack is usually about vanity, not health. I remember this tweet. I actually remember this tweet, and somebody had responded to it, if I remember. Oh, I can't remember who. It was probably Bryce. But I do remember the tweet. And I remember... that's where I remember Ohmwrecker from so long ago. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. Ohmwrecker says in this one here, this is important. Creators are in the unique position of being role models and influence. Health involves way more than muscles fat. The message I put out there about health earlier was not to throw shade, but to let viewers know they can be healthy even with different bodies. Love who you are, take care of yourself. Exercise is, of course, healthy, but you don't need to be a fitness model. Just remember that. And now I'm going to actually look at what Bryce said because it's going to have to load real quick, so I'll be right back. Yeah, here it is. Okay, this is who I remember responding. How supportive of you, and definitely not a subtweet. It's absolutely a subtweet. And as soon as he said that, guess who gets blocked? Oh, jeez. It's just a weird situation. Anyway, there is a little more. Video coming soon, but this guy was not only aimbotting speed jump hacking us to hell with his friends, but was also calling us N-words. And he drops it harder. Jeez. And H20 Delirious then says, Ohm is currently showing all creators and streamers why you should not play with Ohmwrecker. He will save everything no matter what, stay away from him, because pretty much if you say anything, he's going to hold you accountable for it in the future. Ohm demanded to upload before everyone at 8 AM, and we all had a problem with it. 8 hours before all of us, he always wanted first views and complained when he wouldn't let him. When did he start asking of this? Happened a lot. So basically, Ohm would be like the guy who's like, oh, let me upload first because I want all the views, I want all the ad revenue, all of that. Anyway, Ohm edits his own videos and saves things he can use against friends later on. As you can tell from his last tweet, stay away from him, is my opinion. Yeah, you can see from the Discord conversation that he definitely does do that. Sort of the last few things here is that Delirious had a response to one of the Discord messages where Eddie Hassan says, seems like you deleted messages from the threads. Delirious, why is that? Delirious says, Ohm knows I did when I talked to him because he was known to screenshot and I told him I would remove most of my messages, but it still shows how obsessive he is, which is absolutely true. I don't know the context of the things that were deleted, so I can't judge anything on that. So yeah. Then someone says to Ohm, who had said he doesn't have any recorded gameplay or dirt, some guy says, what do you mean you have no recorded gameplay or dirt? You literally have an unlisted Delirious video on your Ohmwrecker stream's YouTube, which is true. But yeah, that seems to be the entire situation, all the new news that came out. Really, really, really big stuff, pretty much. Really insightful on Ohm's character and how he is. obsessive, conniving, just sort of pathetic, plays the victim in every situation, just a really messed up thing, and honestly, it's just pathetic at this point. I really hope you grow up. You need to, because in these situations, you're never going to be trusted again. You already aren't trusted by your old friends. You're going to get left behind, and it's as simple as that. So, you need to grow up. That's the end of this video. I've been Jake Plays. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inside, stay safe, wear your masks, get vaccinated, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.